Sabina. We have a couple drivers. Okay, good. Now this is the show of tonight. Jackie, you can go back there. Thank you very much. So I will start. Okay, there you are. I need to unmute John. Jackie, if you can do that. But I'm gonna bring John, talk a little bit about the paycheck protection, and I will urge I will urge the one that they are interested to raise their hand. And after John's gonna speak a little bit about the PPP, we will go to question and answer. John, you up?
Hey, everybody. So maybe some of you were on last week. I know you had a lot of questions and we didn't have a lot of answers. We were waiting for a lot of the guidance to come out. That has come out now. It went out in an email. Hopefully you've all gotten it, but I want to hit on a couple of few major points. We started getting a lot of the emails with the questions, and there are 3 or 4 major things that are coming up. Number one, there were people that have been funded in this round of PPP, and they were funded on the old formula where it was based on the net. Everybody wants to know if you're able to adjust that and go back and get the higher dollar amount. Unfortunately, and I know this is going to piss off a lot of people, and I'm sorry, right now the SBA is not allowing that to happen. They are having meetings this week about how to address it. But as of right now, if you have already gotten your PPP loan in this round, you can't go back and use the new formula to get a higher dollar amount. It is considered unfair. A lot of people are fighting to fix that. But right now, under the guidance, that is the way it is. The second major point that came out is people who did not take a PPP1. People who did not take a PPP1 in the first round of money that came out last year, and they took their first round of PPP in this round. There have been a number of questions, probably 40 or 50 emails I've received. People want to know if they could put a second round of PPP in now after they got their first round in this group of money. As of right now, they are not accepting those applications. What it seems like might happen is once the deadline comes, if there is money left over, they may open it up so that anybody who has only taken one round of PPP, you could then maybe put in an application for your second. But as of right now, at this time, in this group of money that opened up, now it's about a month and a half it's open, you could only get one round of funding in this group of money as of right now. And I see people saying in the comments, that's not fair. It isn't fair. And that's why there are meetings that are happening this week to address the problem. But under the guidance that has been given that they are operating under at this time, you can't adjust it. Honestly, if I had to bet on it, I think they will fix the problem. But as of right now, they haven't. The other major point that I'm seeing is that there are people who have their application in, they are approved, ready for funding, and they don't want to sign their loan documents because they want to get the higher dollar amount. As of right now, there is no way to get that higher dollar amount. So you want to take the money they are offering. We're going to hope that people see common sense and that they're going to go back and allow you to then get the difference of what you should get on the new calculation. But sitting around waiting and not taking the money that's there waiting for you is a mistake. This program, as of right now, ends March 31st. If you do not have a complete application submitted and in with the SBA by that date, you are not getting funded. There is talk about it being extended. Right now, it's not. Since this has started, we have had a huge amount of your members apply. As of right now, more than 50% of those applications are sitting incomplete in the system. They started the application and they did not finish it to 100%. If you are one of those people, you need to get in and complete your application. The new formula is there. If you have an incomplete application and you complete it, it will be on the new formula. You will get that money. If your application is sitting there incomplete, if you're missing one document, one line of information, anything, and we come to the end date on March 31st, that one piece of information is going to stop you from getting the money. If you started the application, to complete it, all you have to do is go back to the same link, you log in, you could complete the application you have and finish it. Until it says 100% complete, nothing else needed, you will receive emails with further updates. If you do not get to that point, you are not complete, you are not going to get funding. As of right now, from what I've seen with what's coming in with the questions and the emails and all day long that we've been trying to get back to people and answer, those have been the main points that people are upset about. Some of it isn't fair, and I wish I could do something to fix it. Unfortunately, this is the SBA, this is the government. Until they change the rules, I can't do anything. I can help you finish your application wherever you are. I will help you get the money for the application you have in. But if you're sitting there and you're under the old formula and you want the new formula, the only thing that's going to happen if you sit and wait is you're going to lose any chance of getting any money. So wherever you are, just go in and finish your application. I would say that's the main points of what I'm seeing right now. And I'll open it up for anybody who has any questions about specifics or anything. One last thing, the people that are talking about making these changes, there are meetings that are happening this week with the SBA. They're happening Wednesday, Thursday. I really hope something comes out of it, but I can't, if you wait for these changes to be made, if they don't extend the date for your applications to be complete, even if they make the change, you may not have enough time to complete the application in time. This is a time-sensitive issue. So that's about it, and I'll answer anybody's questions.
All right. Thank you, John. And I'm going to start with a couple questions that I've noticed in the chat. I think one over here. Are we using SmartBiz as the lender?
Yes, that is, well, SmartBiz, the SBA is the lender. SmartBiz is a online portal that allows you to put all of your information in, upload the documents that the SBA requires, and they package it in a way that the SBA accepts the application. So if you follow the steps in the SmartBiz portal, all of your information will be there. The documents that you need to get funded will be there. They take that group of information, they send it to the SBA, you get your loan number. Once your loan number is assigned, SmartBiz then releases the funds.
Right. I think the second one I was talking about the deadline.
The deadline as of right now is March 31st to have a completed application in. I believe it may be extended, but as I said earlier, we can't operate under what might happen. There is no reason to wait. I'll put the link again in the chat so you could apply, but get the applications in, work through the process. If you have your 2019 tax return, a voided check for your business account, which wherever you operate out of, and your driver's license, all of the questions ask for information off of those 3 documents. It'll walk you through the process. It shouldn't take more than a half hour tops. Just answer the questions, put the information in off of those documents where they ask for it. It is very intuitive. It's step by step. It walks you through the process. When you're done, it asks you to upload the documents to the system, take them off your computer, your driver's license, your voided check, your Schedule C from your tax return. You put those into the system, you hit send. If you finish that from beginning to end, we are seeing people getting their money in under 2 weeks. We're seeing approvals come down in 4 or 5 days, and then it's just a matter of the money getting into your account. If you do not complete that process beginning to end and you stop it somewhere in the middle, you are risking getting to the end of the deadline without receiving your money. As of right now, out of all of the Uber drivers that I've had apply, and it has been a very large number, we're not going to get into specifics or anything, but we're talking about a few thousand. Less than 50% have completed the application from beginning to end. You need to go through all the steps, complete everything, answer the questions. Just, it asks for this line 7 on your Schedule C. Don't question it. You take the number, you put it in. It asks for another line off your Schedule C. Just take the numbers, put them in, and finish the process. Stopping somewhere in the middle leaves you in limbo. You need to finish it beginning to end.
Okay. Someone says currently on W-2 working from home. Their work is in New Jersey, but they're working remotely. But from time to time, they do Uber. Can they apply?
If they were operating Uber during the calendar year 2019 or 2020, they have a tax return for one of those 2 years with a Schedule C. With Uber income, yes.
Okay. One, is this a grant?
It is not a grant. It is a forgivable loan if you use the money the way they ask you to. 60% of the money, up to a minimum of 60% of the money is for you, and then 40% of the money is used for business expenses. If you use the money the way it is told, you will then get forgiven. If you give yourself 60% of the money and then you take the other 40% and go to Atlantic City and someone looks at you, chances are you're not going to get forgiven.
I'm going to take the last one from the chat, and I'm going to move on to the drivers, the members on the voice. The question there is, can I apply if you did not do your 2019 taxes return?
As of right now, no. You need to have a 2019 tax return because that is the period that's covered for PPP. That is when the COVID crisis happened. It happened in 2019, 2020. If you have a 2020 tax return, if you filed it already, if not, you need your 2019. You can't base this loan off of 2018 because that was pre-COVID.
Thank you, John. Baba Lola, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your first question. One question. Yeah, go ahead and unmute yourself. Click the unmute button on your phone or on your computer. Okay, go ahead. Adeleke, we can hear the TV, but we need to hear you. Otherwise, I'm gonna move on to the next person, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what was being said.
Yeah, I don't hear him either. Until he figured out what's the problem, we're gonna move on to Musa. Musa, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, so I'm sorry, because I just left there. I was not raising my hand, but I have to ask one question. My question is, me, I have my 1099 for myself, individual, and I have my 1099 also for my business. Both of them, I do the 19, the 20, I don't do it yet, but the 19, both I do it. What I can do, I can use my personal income tax, or I can use the income tax for my business, because it's the two separate. And also, and also the another question is
for the business.
1 minute.
I'm sorry.
The another question is I apply it about maybe now is almost 2 months, and I don't receive the approval. But one time they send me the email to say me to create the account. When I do the account, I cannot go, and when I call them back, they say me to wait because they have maybe something is wrong there. After I can wait, but from now, maybe now is almost 2 months and I don't receive nothing. What I can do, I have to do another application, or I have to wait for my application because I already have my application number.
Musa, if you applied 2 months ago, it wasn't through us. We weren't working with the guild and the union at that time. So I can't speak to where you are with that application. You can put in a second application with us. The link has been in the chat. I'll put it in again. If you have not received a loan number from the SBA, then this application can get processed. I already have
a SBA number.
If you have an SBA number, do you have an application number or an SBA number? If you have an SBA number, you have to stick with your original application. They won't look at once the SBA acknowledges an application and gives it a number, anybody else that you put an application in with will get shut out. You have to complete that one. Unfortunately, that wasn't through me, so I can't speak to the status of it, where it is, or how to help you get through it. I don't have access to that information.
But when I do another application now which you after it's not.
If you have an SBA loan number, you can't put an application in with somebody else.
Okay. That's I have to save only the one application number.
Correct. There's a difference between an application number and an SBA loan number. The application number comes from the company you put the application in with. Once that's complete and they send it to the SBA will issue a loan number. If it has gotten to that point, you can't work with anybody else.
That's what I have. I already have the I think it's SBA number, because it's SBA number sending me the number for my application for my loan, but I don't receive nothing yet. I don't know if it is I have to do it again.
Unfortunately, I can't speak to that because the application isn't with us, and I don't know the company. I don't know the status. It's just something that's out of my purview.
Yes,
okay, but
Musa, I think you have a lot of the technical questions, but I just you can continue on the chat with those, so that we can give some time for other drivers.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. Timo iPhone, I guess. T-Mobile iPhone. Go ahead and unmute yourself. And 3, 2, you there? Hello? Go ahead.
I got a question. I did apply, I think, with another company 2 months ago, and I haven't received any response. So I need to know if I could do it with you to see for the first one, because I haven't received anything. So I need to know if I could do it with you in order to see if I could be qualified for the PPP law.
This will be the same thing that the previous question was about. if you started an application and don't have a loan number, you could start a new application with us. It
Okay.
sounds like you did not complete the application. So I would suggest putting in a new application and seeing what the result is. If they
Okay,
say you
so-
already have a loan number, then you'll have
No.
to go back to the first company. But in this situation where there's been no contact, it sounds like you had an incomplete application. So putting in a new one now would make sense, especially being the time's running out.
So where would I get the link? You know, the link is in the
It's
chat.
the link is in the chat. Yes, he's gonna put it again one more time, and the link is gonna be in the chat.
Okay, all right.
Right.
Okay. I got another question, but I will deal with that issue some other time concerning a shutdown I had with Leaf, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna move on to I didn't mean to cut you, but please, you can actually direct this question straight to us. There is a
Okay.
team. Our team is there on the chat. They will answer any question related to that. But right
Okay,
now,
so how do I get on with the team?
I'm sorry.
I need to. So I will take this issue up some other time. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Glenn Ross, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, hello, hi.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
Yeah, it was about the PPE, the PPP. I was filling it out, and I got up to the point to where it asked for a tax ID, fine number, and things like that. Is that necessary for filling it? Because it seemed like I couldn't go any further past that.
If you don't have either a tax identification number or a federal tax ID number, you will not be able to complete the application. You need one or the other.
All right, so I guess basically you have to have like LLC or something like that, or?
No, if you're operating as a sole prop, your EIN or your tax identification number should be your social security number.
Oh, okay.
If you're a
Huh.
sole proprietorship, your federal tax ID number is, I'd say 90% of the time, it's your social security number. Just you put that in twice.
I'll just put that in twice. Okay, great. And then after I input that, and then I guess progress and then input all the other information, and then they'll get back to me.
It's a step-by-step process. Just work through it until you upload the documents and it says you're 100% complete. Once that's done, you're into the system. It starts being processed. You'll receive updates from SmartBiz. If there's any problems with the application, I will get updates on that. And then working with the call center, as well as the people, Sabina, who sends out the emails, we're going to be sending out emails to people whose applications have any problems in them.
Okay.
With what we need to receive back to get through those problems.
And are the loans forgivable, like the PPE loans, or are they
The
going to
PPP
be?
loans are 100% forgivable as long as the money is used under the guidelines of the program. 60% of the money to be paid is to be paid to yourself, while 40% goes for business expenses.
Oh, okay, fantastic, great.
The next person will be Sunam Sherpa. I just want to say this, John. We have a lot of raised hands. So
Listen, I mean,
covered.
you are the boss.
Yeah.
I am here. I will answer the questions. When
Thank you.
when you tell me cut it off,
Yes, I got
that's
you.
when I cut it off.
But I just want to let the driver, the members, keep saying the drivers. But I just want to let the members that please limit yourself so other can actually ask the questions, so we can all learn from the questions and answers. So Sunam Sherpa, you up next. Please limit yourself to one question.
Hi, everyone. I
Hi.
have a question. Okay. So few days ago, a lot of my friends filled a form from small law firms. They charge $200, right? For the same thing, small biz. So what they did is, when I did the same thing, when I put my net income like 29,000, it showed me 6,000. But my friend, when they go to that law firm, they get like 19,000, 20,000, 65, something like that, right?
This goes to what we were talking about earlier. Last week, they changed the formula for the loan. If you applied before they made the change, you got a smaller dollar amount. As of
Oh, okay.
right now, there is nothing you could do about it. They are working on a fix for the problem.
No,
If
what
you-
I have, oh, just a second, okay? What I did at home also, I put the gross income on that net income. And it showed like $19,000. All right. I sent the application. So I don't know if it is the updated form or the regular form. I have no idea on that one.
Unfortunately, I think you said you applied with somebody other than SmartBiz, which
No,
is.
no, I applied from SmartBiz. What
Oh, you
happened
applied,
is,
when did you
Yeah.
put in the application? What day?
2 days ago.
You put in the application 2 days ago. They are going to base it off the net. But if you did not receive a loan number yet, they are adjusting everybody in the system to be off the gross.
Okay. Last question, okay?
I'm sorry, Sunab. You didn't hear me when I said one question, right? Because I have a lot of drivers right now. I have 22. The other question, just ask them on the chat, please, and we will be able to answer them. Thank you. I'm gonna take the next person, which is Abdul Kader. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, my question referred to the application I applied before the new format. And then I got an email later telling me that your application was withdrawn. I didn't know what that meant. And I went back again to SmartBiz where I applied before. And then I found the new update before I update with the line 31, which is a Schedule C. But the new one was line 7. I just did it today. I don't know if I did well or I made a mistake to redo a new application.
What if you just put the application in today? I would say give it about 2 days and you should start receiving updates from SmartBiz, and you'll know where you're at. If there are any problems and it doesn't look like it's getting processed, you could send an email to the call center. It was in the email that went out where you could address your questions to. If you find out that it wasn't being processed, send them an email. It'll be sent to me. Either me or my brother will get back to you with a solution to the problem. For anybody who did receive the email and applied, at the bottom of the email, there was a place to send your questions. Every day, all day long, those questions are being forwarded from the call center to us. We're getting back to the call center with the answers, and they are then in turn pushing those answers to you. We are going to continue to answer those questions. We'll be there to help you through the process. As long as you follow the correct steps, you send your questions to the call center and do things in the correct order, it will get answered. It may take an hour, 2 hours. You may put it in the morning, you'll get an answer at the end of the day. I mean, through the course of today, we probably answered about 70 emails that came in with questions through there. You will get your answers, just address them through the correct channels. Some people are trying to contact us directly. The agreement we have is on how all of the contact is supposed to go. So as for people who have applications in and questions are coming up, just make sure you put everything through the correct channels so that you're able to get those answers.
All right, the next person will be Rafiq. If you're ready, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask one question, please.
Yes, hi.
Hmm.
Yeah, actually, I want to apply with SmartBiz. I need help because I'm not sure how to do it.
The link that we sent in,
Yeah.
I know it could be confusing. You need 3 documents: your 2019 tax return, your driver's license, and a voided check. If you have those 3 documents and you sit down, click on the link and follow through the steps, it'll take you a half hour, 45 minutes tops. It is not a difficult situation. They're asking you personal questions, name, address, business questions, your tax ID number, which in most cases for sole proprietors is your social security number. just answer the questions, put the documents in, and move through the process. Once you're in the system, that's when we'll start getting updates where we will send them out via email with what needs to be done to complete the process. But until you are in the system and 100% done, we aren't able to step in and help. We don't know what's going on with the account. So that first part you guys have to do on your own. Once you're through, that's when we start, SmartBiz starts communicating with us. I communicate with you. And if there's any issues, we fix them and your loan gets funded. But until you're in the system, there really, as of right now, I don't think there's any process in place for someone to walk you through it. And it really isn't that difficult thing to do. Click on the link, give it a shot. I think you'll probably be able to get through it on your own.
Okay, the next person will be Alan. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you, everybody? Hi, everybody.
Hi, go ahead.
All right, my question is like, if you somebody apply for SBA, if that person is able to get the PP loan again, is the two different program, or no? That's my question. If somebody get approved and get funded for the SBA, it's possible for that person to apply for the PP loan again?
As of right now, you can't apply for a second funding in this group of money. In this group, that's in this program, this second PPP that started about a month and a half ago, every applicant as of right now can take one loan. If it's your first or your second, you're only allowed to take one. When we get to the end of the program, if there is money left, there's a possibility they will open it up for people who only took one loan to then take a second. I can't promise you that's going to happen. It's being rumored that's what might happen. But as of right now, you can put in one loan in this group.
Great. The next person will be Suresh. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you for taking the calls, guys. Thank you so much for what you have been
Our
doing.
pleasure.
Sure.
My question is, I applied the PPP loan through SmartBiz, but my question is, will there be any difference in the address change if my 2019 tax and the present address that I have, will that the address make any changes in the application to proceed forward?
I don't believe it should. If that is something that causes an issue, as long as the application is 100% done, that's one of the things I spoke about, that on the reports I get, I have a list. I mean, as of right now, for tomorrow, for us to handle with the current applications, we have about 300 errors on applications. So tomorrow, what we're going to do is go through and send emails to everybody that needs to be fixed, what needs to be done, if it was a wrong number or wrong this. So if that's something that happens and you're 100% done, that'll pop up on my report. You'll get an email through the guild letting you know you need to log back into the system and fix something.
Thank you for the question, Suresh. And Ola Walabi, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, Labi.
Yeah.
My question is, he just said 3 documents, tax return and driver's license, and the third one he said void check. So what does that mean?
Void check, a check for the account where the money will be deposited, meaning the check where Uber deposits your money. That check has 2 pieces of information, your account number and the bank routing number. Those are 2 things that need to be entered into the system. So when you do get approved, they could actually send you the money.
All right, the next person will be, so John, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you guys for your time.
Yeah, sure.
I just have a question. I filled up the form for like 2 days ago, and I was almost completed with that. I was still completed. I completed till 99%, and I didn't have a check. So I ordered a check, but I just checked a few hours ago. My system on online, it says my application has been completed. I haven't uploaded the void check, so I'm just confused over here.
If it says it's 100% complete and that's not in, that's probably one of those things that are going to pop up on an error report. And once the application is processed, you'll receive an email to put that in. If
Okay,
it says it's complete, it means it has enough information to begin the processing aspect of the application. And when they get to the point where something is missing, you'll get an email. You upload it at that point and it'll move through the process.
all right. Hope that answered your question. All right, I can see the name. Okay, Lucekello. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Lucekello,
Hello, yes, I'm here now.
go ahead.
I applied for the loan through a link which I don't think was your link, but it was an SBA one. And they had a question where they said, what are you going to use the loan for? Is it the right link?
That's a question that's going to be on most applications. Normally, if the application wasn't put through us, I couldn't answer questions, but that's something that's a general SBA question on all of them. The normal answer to that, loan will be used for regular business expenses to get us through the times of COVID. Just a general answer on the use of the funds. They're not looking for anything specific. Keep it general.
Sure. I just want to tell the members, if you still have the question, because I'm actually taking one question at a time. If you still have a question, either you can put it on the chat or press the raise hand button so you can come up to the line again, okay? The next person will be, all right, Parizota. Hope I didn't butcher your name, but that's what it looks like. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, hi, sir.
Hi.
I have a question. My husband working also for Uber driver and Lyft. Then he have a business account. I working also for Lyft driver 2017. Then this year for 2020, I working only $5,000. That then my money coming from my husband account. I applied for PPP or no?
No, that all of that will go through your husband's PPP loan. It sounds like it's going to cover all of that.
Okay.
If your money came through his account, it'll be on that top line on his tax return.
All right, great. The next person will be just a Zoom user, no name. So go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hi, how you doing tonight?
Yes, I have a question about, I'm currently getting unemployment, and I have calculated that if they extend the payments by September, I would have received approximately $18,000 and some change. If I apply for the PPP loan, that has to be reported. Am I correct?
You have to stop you cannot have the PPP and the unemployment at the same time under these guidance. If you want the PPP loan, you stop the unemployment, you get the PPP. Once the money is used the way the PPP program wants, if you are still qualifying for unemployment, not working, you could then go back on the unemployment. But to get the PPP loan, you cannot be on unemployment at that time.
Okay, to receive the PPP loan, you cannot be on unemployment?
You will be in violation of one or the other. You can't do both.
All right. I'm just gonna take a quick question from the chat. I think this is in relationship to spouse. So someone, if they have the LLC and they file jointly with their spouse, what tax ID number they should use?
They should use the tax ID number for the LLC. And if it's a single member LLC, then you'll be using the same Schedule C line 7.
There you have it. Thank you, John. Sonam Lama, go ahead and unmute yourself. Sonam, you're gonna lose your turn.
Hey guys, thank you, Larry.
No problem.
Hi, John, thank you for your time. And so my question is, my question is for my friend. Okay, let me turn on my video. So now we came to know that we can use about PPP. We can use 60% for ourselves, and rest of the 40% goes to the business expenses, right? So what if he has?
As of right now, that's what it is. It's possible the forgiveness guidance could change, but under the current guidance that we have, that is correct.
So my question is, what if he use those all like the full 100% for the car mortgage and car expenses? You know, the people have the
only 40% of the money can go to business expenses. 60%, it's the Paycheck Protection Program. So 60% has to go for salary. In your guys' cases, you don't have salary. You don't pay employees. Your salary is paid to yourself. So to qualify for the forgiveness, it sounds weird, but you have to pay the 60% to yourself. And then if once you have it, if you want to turn around and use it for business expenses, go ahead. But under this, 60% of the money needs to go to yourself.
Okay. Malik, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, there's this when you end the the application, there's this partner permission where it comes to saying you were referred by SmartBiz to Horizon Funding Group.
That's us. If you don't need to click that, if you click that, any emails they send to you will also be sent to me. You don't need to click that. I get a daily report from SmartBiz, from the SBA. Honestly, I'll prefer if people don't click that. You're getting a tremendous amount of emails and everything. I get a daily report from SmartBiz, a weekly report from the SBA. It has all of your files in it, and we're handling it in chunks, group by group, all the problems, making sure everything's handled. We don't need to do this on a one-off basis, on account by account. If you have a problem, there's a chance there's 40 or 50 other drivers who are having the same problem. We're sending out bulk emails to the 50 saying, all of you put in the wrong loan number from your first PPP. Please check the number, send it to us so we could fix it in the application. Then we go to the next 60 problems, which might be the wrong tax ID number. So we're trying to fix this in big bulk chunks rather than on one-off basis, just so we could help the most amount of people.
Thank you, John. Jason is up next. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, Jason.
All righty. So this past December, I received a SBA EIDL loan. Does that still allow me to qualify for this round of PPP?
EIDL and PPP have nothing to do with each other. You could still take the PPP.
Thank you so much. And you said about unemployment, you said basically stop collecting now, and until you are forgiven, and you can go back and collect again?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so the moment I put that application notice in that I've used it for what I had to, and it gets approved, how long does it take for that process? For forgivable?
As of right now, once you sign the loan docs, it's approximately 7 to 10 business days for the money to hit your account. I see people where it's hitting the account in 2 days. I see people where it's taking the full 10. But once you sign the loan documents, figure 7 to 10 days tops. Business days, not weekends not included.
All right, great. Next person is Abdul Karim Wali. Abdul Karim, go ahead and unmute yourself. Yep, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't apply last year for all these benefits, and I didn't apply. Actually, I don't have the link. So should I go only to the link John sent it?
Go to the link, apply now, and right now you could take your first round PPP. If and when it changes that they'll allow people to take a second round, we will send out an email, let everybody know. But right now, all you need to do, follow that link that just popped up in the chat, get your application in, and make sure you work it till the absolute end where it says 100% complete.
Okay, the next person will be Glenn. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Where does this guy go? All right, go ahead. We can hear you if you speak.
Okay, so sorry about that, guys.
Of course.
How's it going?
Okay, how are you doing, John? Larry?
Very well.
Very good, brother.
Everyone?
Thank you.
Okay, so my question is, and I just been hearing this rumor, so I want to get it clear now from the horse's mouth. Do you have to get a business account so that the money could be deposited?
No.
Or you could use my regular account that Uber deposits.
Your regular account that you use to do Uber businesses in now is the account that you can use to get this loan. You do not need another account. If you're a sole proprietor, chances are you're using your personal account to run your business through. You absolutely can use that account. You don't need to worry about opening up something else.
The next person will be Wealth. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I'm so sorry, guys. This is my first time. I'm going to ask one question. And I asked you, what's that mean, the EIN number certificate? Because I feel my EIDL, they never sent me anything because they are supposed to fill this.
If they're asking for your PPP round one loan number, that has nothing to do with the EIDL. Do not put your EIDL loan number in for that question. A large number of you guys' applications are getting that error when they ask if this is your first PPP. If you took EIDL, that does not count as PPP. Don't put that loan number in. This is your first PPP loan. You do not need a previous loan number. The only time you need a previous loan number is if last year, between March and let's say May, you took a PPP loan then you need the loan number. If you took EIDL at any point, but never took PPP, this is your first PPP loan. You do not need any sort of previous loan number.
Next person would be Ola. Go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you, everyone. Sincerely appreciate this forum. My question is, I've applied for the SBA twice, and my application number is still pending. Should I still go ahead and apply for the PPP, or should I still wait till the
Apply
outcome?
for the PPP. The EIDL, the SBA loans have nothing to do with this program. They are not associated in any way. Getting one doesn't stop you from getting the other or stop you from applying. You only have right now to March 31st to apply. Get your application in as soon as possible.
The next person will be Mohammed. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Mohammed, if you can hear me. Mohammed Buwan. Okay.
Hello, can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes, very good. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, guys. My question is, I got the PPP in the last month, February 1st. Can I eligible for this PPP round?
Yes, as you are allowed to take one PPP loan during that round and one PPP loan during this round under the current rules. So if you took one then, you could take one now. If you did not take one then you are only allowed to take one now under the current rules.
The next person is an iPhone 11, no name. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Yes, go ahead. You are unmuted now. I guess not ready yet. Okay. We're gonna take the next person, which is Jack. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, how you doing? I have a question, right? It's a follow-up to the unemployment question that the driver asked. Like, for instance, let's just say I put in my application on Saturday, and then I have to certify on Sunday. Do I stop once I submit the application, or do I stop when they approve my application?
You put the application in. When you get to the end, it'll tell you 100% complete.
Okay.
At that point, you are all done, and you wait for SmartBiz to send emails to you, or an
Right.
email from either the Drivers Guild or us through the Drivers Guild or Drivers Benefits. But once you get to 100% done, you have nothing else to do. Just sit back and wait. It will take a few days before you hear anything back after that first application. You have to
Now-
remember, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people are applying every day. That's
Now,
one of the reasons why
okay.
getting the application in so fast is important.
Okay. John, I'm gonna take a question from the chat.
Sure.
I already apply with another entity. Can I apply again?
You absolutely could put an application in with us. If you received a SBA loan number from that first application, the application with us will just get canceled. If you did not, there's a good chance we'll be able to process ours faster than that application if any issues came up, because you have us watching over it, checking the errors, making sure everything's moving through the system quickly.
Okay. The next person will be Jared.
All right. Hey guys. So John, I have a question. I applied for the PPP loan, what's today? The 9th, yesterday. And they had an option for the to use the 2020 loan tax ID tax document. So I used that. Is that okay?
You could use either. If you have already filed your 2020 taxes, you absolutely can use your 2020 tax return. Most people, the majority of people, haven't yet filed that. So for them, you use the 2019. If you have filed 2019 and 2020, you have the option of using either or. So you look at line 7 on the Schedule C, if you filed both, and then look at which one has the higher number. Use the return that has the higher number. That'll get you the higher number. If you filed both, you have the option. You could use either. And that's a really good point. Thank you for asking that question. That's not something that has come up as of yet.
Great. Emmanuel, go ahead and unmute yourself.
All right, thank you. My question will be the step that we follow while applying for PPP loan through SmartBiz. Somewhere it will give you an idea on how much you may receive if you plug in your numbers from your Schedule C. Is that right?
That is correct. Your line 7 on your Schedule C. If you're curious how much you're going to qualify for, if you look at your Schedule C at the line 7, you take that number, you divide it by 12. That'll give you your monthly revenue, and then you multiply that by 2.5. That's how much you're going to qualify for with the loan.
All right, the next person will be Roy. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah. What if you don't have a canceled check? Can you still? What can you just use your account number?
Well, you need, as of right now, Uber is paying you, I'm assuming. That money is going into a checking account. That account has a routing number and an account number. You should be able to get a voided check for a canceled check from that account from your bank. That is something that is needed for this. The routing number, the account number, they need to know where to send the money to you.
Okay. Jason Falcon, I think. Yes, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, how you doing?
Thank you.
I have a question. I did the SmartBiz application like a couple of days before the new formula started. So they responded to me. I completed 100% and everything. They keep sending me emails like saying, "Oh, you know, we got your request. It's still under review." But my question is that I put the old information, like I put the old formula information. There's no way I could put the new.
I am just guessing because I don't have your information in front of me. If you put the application in 2 days ago, you do not yet have a loan number, and they will adjust it to the new formula. As long as you did not receive a SBA loan number, you are going to be processed under the new formula. If you do have that loan number, you're going to get the old formula, and you're going to sit back and hope that they fix this problem and allow you to get the difference in the funding.
Cool. The next person will be Elaine. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yes, we can speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, somebody just, he just answered my question. So, I'm fine.
Okay, thank you. The next person is
real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
Somebody's asking about an email they received from SmartBiz, and this is a question I was getting a lot today. This email goes out to everybody after your funding. It basically is telling you, if the money runs out before you complete your application, or if there's a problem with your application and they ask for more information, and you don't give it to them before the money runs out, then you're not going to get the loan. It does not mean you're not getting the loan. It does not mean there is a problem. It is the bank's way, the funder's way of protecting themselves, saying just because you put in an application, if there were mistakes, if there were problems, if we do not fix them in time, you may not get your money. This is why it is so important to get your applications in as soon as possible, because there are problems on the application. There's a typo. You hit a 5 instead of a 6. When that happens, the application stops. I get an error message. I have to then get in contact, get the correct information, get it to them. That takes a few days. During that time, if we pass the deadline, if they run out of money, you don't get your loan. So that's why that's the difference between putting the loan in today or waiting till the 20th. That mistake could stop the person who puts the loan in on the 20th from getting their money.
All right. It looks like we are going around again. Yeah, the drivers, they still get the members, they still get the questions. Rafiq, go ahead.
Let's keep going.
Yep.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, my question again. I'm sorry to get
No
again.
problem.
Okay, my question. I did apply for the EID loan, so I can apply for the SmartBiz.
EIDL has nothing to do with PPP. If you got an EIDL loan, you can still put in your application for PPP with SmartBiz.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Larby.
Yes, Michelle.
Hey, John. One question one of the drivers asked, and I'm not sure if it was clear, was that once he applies for his PPP, does once his application is complete, does he then at that point stop his unemployment, or when he does receive the funding, that's when he stops his unemployment?
To be honest with you, it's a really gray area right now to what that is. All I can tell you is you cannot have a PPP loan and unemployment at the same time. I would not try to cut it close because you'll risk maybe not getting forgiveness. Once you are going to sign your loan documents, at that point, your unemployment should be stopped.
Perfect. That's clearer. Yes. That's
Do not wait longer than that, because you risk either losing the potential for unemployment or losing the potential that they're going to tell you have to pay back this loan.
Crazy.
Either or is not a good situation that anybody wants to be in.
So really, it should be once they sign the loan agreement.
At the latest.
Right. Cool. That's perfect.
Okay, I just want to remind everyone we got 10 minutes left before this meeting will end. Again, if we can't answer all the questions for all the raised hands, you can follow up on the email that it's been provided.
Any questions that don't get answered here, if you email it to that within 24 hours, give or take. I mean, unless we got completely bombarded with emails, everybody's going to get an answer within 24 hours. So if we weren't able to get to you on this, don't worry, your questions will be answered. Just email help@driversbenefits.org. All of those emails get forwarded to me and my brother, and the people we have in our office, and they're getting answered all day long.
Thank you, John. The next person will be Michael. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, remember how much time I say that word. Go ahead, Michael.
Guys, yeah, listen, I when I was filling out the application today, it asked me if I have another at least 50% interest in another business, and I do have another LLC, and then it asked me to upload documents for that other LLC. Why is that, by the way?
They're just making sure people aren't double dipping, trying to get money off of different entities, coexisting, mixing it up. You can imagine some of the things people try to do to get more money, and they're just covering all their bases to make sure everybody's doing everything properly. If you apply, you have two separate entities, you could apply for PPP on both, but they want to make sure that everybody's doing everything by the book, not trying to take advantage. So they just want to cover all their bases.
All right. But if you got $1 million, you can shout out at us, okay? Just kidding.
You got $1 million. I'll be sending it my way, please. My PPP loan still isn't processed.
Right. Zoda, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay. My husband also applied for business for PPP, right? But he's applied for self-employee. It's okay or not? Because my
I'm sorry, could you say that one more time? It was breaking up a little bit, and I'm just having a bit of a hard time understanding.
Okay, my husband also working for Uber driver. Then
Okay.
he applied for PPP. Then he's applied for self-employee because my money coming from his business account is good or not?
That's not, you're not going to be able to get both of those. If I'm understanding the question correctly, the income comes into him and then it's funneled down to you. The place where the money comes in, that's the account, that's the PPP loan that's going to be given. You're not going to fund X amount of dollars twice. It goes to him. He gets the PPP loan. You can then take some of that and get a PPP loan off of that. Real quick, there's a bunch of questions that I'm getting, people sending me privately and also in the chat on forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime between 3 to 5 months after the program ends, the forgiveness portion of this is going to open up. SmartBiz will be sending out emails when that happens on what needs to happen in order for you to get forgiveness. You will log back into your account, you'll fill out the form, and as long as everything was used according to the rules of the program, you will be forgiven. Don't worry about forgiveness right now. I don't think the SBA knows when that's going to start. They still have, from last time's PPP, there are banks that didn't start forgiveness for that, and that's a year ago. So when they're ready for forgiveness, if you get your loan through SmartBiz, you will get emails from them updating you on what needs to be done when that time comes.
Thank you, John. Next person will be David Imbang, I think that's Imbang. Go ahead, David.
Okay, good evening. Thank you, Mr. John, for the help. But my
David,
question,
it's my pleasure, buddy.
thank you. I didn't apply last year. I asked the question last week, and you said we should hold on till you get the information. I joined late this evening. Am I going to apply the two, or guess what?
I think you're asking if you did not, you want to know if you could apply for one PPP or two PPPs? In
Yeah,
this
this is
group
my
of
first
money, you
time.
can only apply for one PPP loan as of right now. If there is money left at the end of the program, they may allow people who only received one PPP loan between the two groups of funding to then take a second. This is something that's being discussed. It is not something that is approved. As of right now, under the guidance, one PPP loan for last year, one PPP loan for this year.
All right, the next person will be Stephen. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Stephen. Stephen Sound.
Hello. Hi. I got it. Hello.
Good, good.
Hey, Stephen, how you doing?
If I have a question, if I have a full-time job and I drive Uber and Lyft, can I apply for this loan?
Absolutely. The Uber and Lyft money would come in on a Schedule C on your tax return, while the other jobs money will be coming in on a different section of your tax return. The Schedule C is what the PPP loan is going to be based off of, and that's why you'll be able to qualify.
One more quick question, please. This is a little off topic.
Okay.
I just need help with forming an LLC.
Unfortunately, that does not fall under my purview, but I am sure somewhere in the driver's benefits, there is somebody who does that. And if you send them an email, I am willing to guarantee that there's somebody who could walk you through that process. That's just not me.
All right, it's 3 minutes left. I'm still gonna stretch the last 3 minutes with John here. But again, as a reminder, use the email help@driversbenefits.org. And if we cannot get to you tonight, use that email so we can answer. Go ahead.
One last thing, a lot of people have been either trying to call our office directly and go around the proper channels. Please, if you go through the proper channels, you're going to get better responses. We have processes and people in place to answer that. When people are calling the office, somebody else might answer the phone that isn't working on PPP, and you might not get the right information. So it's not that I don't want to work with you directly. The processes that we put in place for you to get the best information is to go through that help@driversbenefits.org. Your questions will be answered.
All right, Mohammed, quickly go ahead and unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello, my question is, I got the first PPP, the other lender. Can I apply by the SmartBiz right now?
When did you get the first PPP loan?
It's last February 1st.
Yes, then you can apply with SmartBiz right now.
Okay, thank you.
Right, great. Claudia will be the last person, and go ahead and unmute yourself, Claudia.
Hi, I just have a question. So I worked last year for a fleet, and I think I made only 6,000 but the previous year I made like, I think 22,000. I'm not sure if I can, I mean, I haven't done my taxes for 2020 yet. Do you think I'm able to do one PPP?
It'll all depend on how that income was reported for you in 2019. If it was reported on a Schedule C on your tax return, then yes. If you have a 2019 or 2020 tax return and you have a Schedule C in that tax return for either year, you will qualify for this program. You go to line 7, you take the number off of line 7, divide by 12, multiply by 2.5, and that is going to be the loan amount that you got. If you have different entities, different things, I'm speaking to what the majority of the Uber drivers that I have seen in the thousands of applications we've got, 95 or higher % is either a sole prop or an independent contractor. That is a person who has Schedule C. Another large group are LLCs. If you're a single member LLC, you will have that same Schedule C in your tax return. For them, you do it the same way, line 7. If you're any other type of entity, S Corp, C Corp, or anything else, you would need to then have a payroll company to qualify. You would need to pay payroll taxes. I would say that is going to be few and far between for the people on this call. The vast majority are going to be single member LLCs, independent contractors, sole proprietors, all of which will have that Schedule C.
All right, John, is 8:31. We thank you so much. Anything else you want to share, you can go ahead.
Nope, just guys, we're going to be here to help you get through this process. Use that help at Drivers Benefits email, put your questions in, and just get the applications into the system. I have a much better chance of helping people get this done once the application is in and complete. Up until then, I don't have any information that I could use. You're not in the system. I don't know what the problems are. Get the applications in. I'll help you get it through, and hopefully everybody will get the money they have coming to them.
Thank you so much, John. I just want to mention this. We have 2 slides that we skipped earlier because we know that there's going to be a lot of
guys, questions. I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys again.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much.
What you got to do, and
right. We'll talk to you soon.
It'll be good.
Absolutely. Thank you, John. And those 2 slides, one for iamdeactivated.com, which is really an important update that I want to give you guys. As you can see on the screen, this is for deactivation appeal. If you got deactivated from Lyft or Uber, you can go ahead to the website. It's very simple, iamdeactivated.com. It's very easy to remember. So use that one to file for an appeal. We will review it and then file the appeal for you. If we have any question, we will contact you as well. So that's iamdeactivated.com. If you have any question, reach out for that. The next one is our social media. So don't forget that we have information that we're going to share on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So don't forget to subscribe and follow us. There is a lot of information that you can learn from there. So, and also we want a volume of your participation there. So, and with that, I'm going to thank you very much. And we're going to open the mic to say goodnight and thank you for coming. Again, everybody here that it's been a member, we thank you for your engagement and dedication and support to IDG. So thank you.